Basketball fans, I'm Tom Smith. I'm here again tonight with Ron Probst of Pollard Gymnasium to bring you tonight's high school basketball game between our host Speedway Sparkplugs and the visiting international Gryphons. Let's talk about starting lineups first of all for the Gryphons. Number 3, Michele Barantes, 6'3" junior, their second leading scorer, will start at a forward for the Gryphons. Their most athletic leading scorer, best player, number 4, Jaden Thomas, a 6'4" junior. Number 5, Javi Turlobel, 6'4" junior, will be the other forward. The starting guards for the Gryphons, Rune Carpenter-Jones, number 11, a 6-foot sophomore, and number 21, Jameer Jackson, a 5'10" sophomore. Lineup, the roster for the International Gryphons. They don't have any seniors this year. But they do have a great height advantage over our Sparkplugs tonight. Speedway, as tradition would dictate, is going to start all 4 seniors that are part of the basketball team, so the lineup, starting lineup, a little different tonight than normal. Number 20, Elvin Camacho, a 5'9" senior, will start at 1 guard. He is also their 3-point leading, percentage-wise, 3-point shooter. Jevin Ruffin, a 6-foot senior, will be at another guard. Drew Valentine, a 5'7" junior, the Sparkplug's leading scorer, will be at 1 guard. Zeke Perez, a 6-foot senior, number 34, will start at forward, and the other forward will be Marcus Gibson, a 6'1" senior, number 55. Coach, tonight's an important game for the Sparkplugs. They need to get a victory, but once again, we're height-wise at a severe disadvantage in the game. Talk to us a little bit about what Coach Bennett expects from the Gryphons.
Like recent weeks we've played Lebanon and short range. I talked about their basketball tradition, especially in the tournament. International, a relative newcomer to IHSA. They've only been at school since 2005. In their tournament history, they've only won 5 tournament games. However, this team, I know they're excited about them. They're 9-7. We've shared 3 common opponents. We both have lost to Park Tudor and Lutheran. We defeated Shortridge, they lost to Shortridge. Their schedule's not as good as ours, I don't think, but they have played a couple of very good basketball teams. LaPorte Loudon-Muir, they played Greenwood Christian. As you said, they're 9-7. I think International, Coach Bennett thinks International wants to get up and down the floor. They're very athletic. They have one very good player. I think it's a sophomore. In traditional Coach Bennett's sayings is we got to take care of the basketball. I think he feels if we can keep the turnovers down below 10, we basically can play without anybody that we got remaining on our schedule, including the sectional teams. The rebounding and turnovers are going to be key in this game. I don't think we want to go up and down with them, but we do want to choose our spots to run. Coach Bennett mentioned our free throw shooting at Lutheran was not very good. However, I was looking over the stats, we have 4 players shooting over 70%. So that was really kind of an oddity that would happen. And he also mentioned that Reese Walker over a 4-game span, he had 45 consecutive free throws, which is really good. So, but you mentioned this is we end up next week at Triton Central, another team that we should be competitive with. And to be able to get these 2 wins, if we could, would be very big for our team to go into sectional with 6. So we can't play next week before tonight, I realize that, but this is a big game for us.
I think Coach Bennett, from talking to him throughout the year, really likes this team. He likes this bunch of kids. We've talked all year and lamented the fact that we don't have any size. I think for the most part in many of the games, we have fought hard and would not be out-rebounded as much as you might think we would have, because our kids do a pretty good job of blocking out. But as you said, turnovers, I think we're averaging about 14 a game, and we've got to take care of the basketball, and hopefully if we can set the tempo of not going up and down the floor and slow things down. We've been pretty successful the last few games on our offense, being real patient with our offense. one of which was a 83 to 81 game, which doesn't sound like you're very patient on offense, but we ended up with a lot of good shots against Western Boone in that victory.
You know, every year when the season starts, your goal is pretty simple. You want to see a lot of different styles throughout the year, which we've had. We've seen pressing teams, we've seen zone teams, we've seen man-to-man teams. And you want to be a better basketball team at the end of the year than you were at the beginning. And this team, in my mind, has come light years from the first game of the season till right now. Our best basketball, maybe other than the Covenant Christian game, has been played in the last 7 or 8 games. We've played very well, very competitive basketball, we'll put it that way. So let's just hope we can take one more step toward that.
Well, I think you made a good point. I think one of the things years and years ago, my high school coach, Morris Pollard here, always said that he believed that one of the measures of both his kids and his coaching style was, did we improve? He was always looking at where we were at the beginning of the year till the end of the year. And I totally agree with you and what you said about this team. This team has gotten better, and they played better toward the end of the year because they have improved. Every player you talk to talks about how hard they work in practice and working to get better, and that's the job of the coaching staff, but you got to have players willing to do that.
And sometimes too on senior nights, you never know what to expect. And I've seen sometimes you get over emotional and you do things that you're not normally used to doing. Other times, teams come together knowing that this is the last time they're going to perform on this court. We don't host a sectional this year, so this will be it for our seniors. So it'll be interesting to see how we come out.
Prior to the game, I talked to Coach Adams, and I told him, I said, our kids are not big, but they work hard and play hard. And he said, excuse me, he said, our situation is just a different. We're tall, but this has been a real struggle to get these kids to work hard in practice. So let's turn now to the national anthem.
Performed this evening by the Speedway High School Band under the direction of Amy Mole. The restrooms are located on the second level of the gym behind the American flag and also on the first level of the school in the hallway opposite the team benches. The concession stand is open and located on the second level of...
Once again, Coach, looking for a good game from the Sparkplugs. They'll start 4 seniors. Seniors thinking about all 4 seniors. They all 4 played football, which I hadn't realized until just now. But all good kids. They've done a great job in interviews up here, and parents got to be proud of them.
Starting lineups. First for international. Starting at one guard, number 3, Eli Collins. At guard number 4, J.D. Thomas.
Once again, Michele Barantes at a guard. He's our second leading scorer at 18 points a game. Jalen Thomas, number 4, a 6'4" junior, averaging 20 a game. So keep your eye on number 4 during the game. Number 11, Rune Carpenter-Jones. Number 11, and Jameer Jackson, 5'10 sophomore. Number 21 is their starting lineup once again. So significant height advantage for the Gryphons. Sparkplug starting lineup once again will be 4 seniors and junior Drew Valentine.
You know, Tom, you talked about what the coach said about his team not working hard. Sometimes when you don't have that senior leadership, you have nobody to look up to. You don't have anybody that's been through the wars. You don't have anybody to look up to that when things go sour, they know how to respond. When you got a team without any seniors, that can happen. And but from their standpoint, they hope they grow and mature, and another year to be a very good basketball.
And the forward, number 55, Marcus Gibson.
Once again, Drew Valentine, the leading scorer for the Sparkplugs. Marcus Gibson getting his first start of the year tonight. As we've said before, great football player.
Yeah.
Tonight's officials are
And in his interview tonight, I said, you know, what did you learn about, he said perseverance, but his best memory of football is I just like hitting people. And he said, I hope that doesn't sound too bad, that I just like in football.
I think that's kind of a necessary skill if you're going to be a good football player. And he was.
You know, along those lines, and I'll knock on wood as I say this, talking about hitting people. Here at Speedway High School, I asked Luke Zartman the other day, how many fights have you had at school this year? And he said 0. He knocked on wood at the same time. You hope it doesn't happen, but that's pretty amazing for a mixture of kids, of 500 kids in the school. And Sparkplugs get the tip. Start with Drew Valentine with the ball. Elvin Camacho now with the ball. Their leading percentage-wise three-point shooter. Perez on the drive, and he's fouled by Javi Turlobel.
Foul on number 5, Javier Turlobel. At the line for Speedway, number 34,
Zeke Perez, who's our leading free throw percentage shooter. Shooting 78% from the free throw line. I knew I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you look at our shooting percentages. 39% from three-point line, almost 70% from the free throw line. That's not bad for a high school team.
So we missed the first 2 free throws. Jalen Thomas on the shot, no good. Rebound by Jevin Ruffin. I'd say just from less than a minute into the game, the Gryphons look like they're going to take chances on defense. Most teams that like to get out and run typically aren't as dedicated to the defensive end of the floor as they are the offensive end. Marcus Gibson with a jump shot misses. Jaden Thomas with the ball. Turnover by the Gryphons. Camacho gets it to Gibson, and he's too far into the basket. Turnover for the Plugs. Rune Carpenter-Jones with the ball against the Sparkplugs 2-3 zone. Ball now in the hands of Jameer Jackson. Over to Thomas. 3-point shot attempt by Michele Barantes. Another turnover for the Plugs.
I think Drew thought he got nudged a little bit by number 5, and official didn't see it that way.
Ball goes into Jaden Thomas. Drive. Bank shot misses. Rebound comes down to 21, Jameer Jackson, who misses. Another turnover for the Sparkplugs from Camacho. Jackson Thomas scores. The Gryphons take a 2-0 lead. We talked about turnovers, and Sparkplugs have had 3 or 4 already in this first quarter. Camacho's 3-point shot attempt is short, but the Gryphons turn it over. So we've had a turnover fest here in the first 2 minutes, Coach.
We have a lot of UFOs flying around the floor tonight. Our last turnover was such that you can't dribble the ball over the 10-second line and get caught in the corner. That's not a very good place to pick up your dribble.
Yeah. Jevin Ruffin is going to go to the line for 2. I believe the foul was on Jackson.
Foul on number 21.
Correct. Jameer Jackson with his first, team second.
Kevin Ruffin, number 30 at the line for the Plugs.
Wait.
Entering the game, number 22,
Ruffin scores the Sparkplugs' first point.
Number 24, Reese Walker.
Carson Harrison and Reese Walker enter the lineup for the Sparkplugs, replacing Marcus Gibson and Elvin Camacho. Ruffin hits the second free throw, and we've got a tie score at 2. Javi Turlobel, a bad pass that came right back in his hands. Carson Harrison for 3 for the Sparkplugs, and they have their first lead of the game. Jaden Thomas comes back on the drive, stolen. Drew Valentine on the drive.
Nice pass.
And he hits it. For a 5'7" kid, he's not afraid to wade into the taller trees. Javi Turlobel on the drive. And there's going to be a foul on the Sparkplugs. Turlobel will shoot 2.
Just from the first 3 minutes, this is not a prediction, but if we put our minds to it, I believe we're going to be able to take some charging fouls tonight. At least 4 or 5 times so far, the Gryphons have just dribbled down the lane, sometimes out of control. And I think all we got to do is step in, and we're going to be able to draw some charges.
Javi Turlobel misses his first free throw. Hits his second of 2 free throws, and the score now is Speedway 7, International 5.
Okay, again, Tom, I don't think we want to pull dribbles up that close to the sideline. Sideline is an extra defensive player, and there's not too many places you can go.
Set play for Drew Valentine, 3-point shot attempt a little long. On the rebound, number 3, Michele Barantes. Jaden Thomas on the jump shot, no good. Rebound, Jameer Jackson, and he puts it in.
Jameer Jackson for 2.
So we've got a tie score, 4:20 left in this first quarter, 7-7. Nice drive. Travel called against Carson Harrison. Speedway in a 2-3 zone.
Oh, wow.
Basket number 5, Javier Turlobel.
Defensive mistake there leads to a 2-point field goal by the Gryphons, and they lead 9-7. Reese Walker on the shot, a little short. Gryphons come up with a rebound. Barantes on the drive.
Fouls on Speedway, number 22, Carson Harrison.
Carson Harrison, his second.
Team's
second foul.
For international.
Shaylee Barantis at the line for his first opportunity to score. He's averaging 18 points a game on the year. Hits the first of 2 free throws. And the second. Gryphons now with a 4-point lead. Bad pass from Zeke Perez. Nate Metallic will replace Zeke Perez. Metallic, a 6-foot freshman, number 40. So the Plugs trail by 4. We're going to have a foul on Jevin Ruffin.
Fouls on Speedway, number 40, Nate Metallic. Jaden Thomas at the line, shooting 2.
Jaden Thomas goes to the line. It's the first for his 3rd point on the night. Now we're going to have a foul on number 5, Javier Turlobel. That's his second.
Foul on number 5, Javier Turlobel.
International man-to-man defense. An errant pass leads to a layup by Jaden Thomas, and that's his 5th point.
That's 10 points in a row for the Gryphons, and about half of those at least have come courtesy of some turnovers on our end. You know, we got beat by 6 at Lutheran. Coach was talking about the fact the number of turnovers we had. If a team shoots 40%, you know, and you hand the ball over 6 or 7 times more than what you want to, that's a difference in 6 points. It's easy to say, a lot of teams go through that, but we've been a little bit more careless tonight than we have been in the past.
The Gryphons are kind of jumping, taking some chances defensively. Yep. Another bad pass by the Sparkplugs is going to lead to a run out. 21, Jameer Jackson scores his 4th point. 12 straight points. Nate Metallic misses the layup. Jaden Thomas for 3, and that's good.
Jaden Thomas.
That's his 8th point of the first quarter. 15 points in a row.
15 consecutive points, and it doesn't take a real genius to figure out we're playing their game right now. We're rushing on offense. You said they're taking some chances, and we're kind of succumbing to that. It's not a lot of pressure, but we're trying to go too fast. You know, in baseball, the saying is walks will haunt. In basketball, turnovers will haunt, and they've haunted us for 15 in a row here.
Started out as a pretty good start, and a 7-4 lead has more than disappeared.
Yep.
Gryphons with a 19-7 lead. Several of their field goals have been layups. Camacho with the drive, and he's fouled.
Jaden Thomas on the foul.
And that foul's on Jaden Thomas, his
Camacho
first.
at the line.
Delvin Camacho at the line for the Sparkplugs. Camacho's only shot one free throw all year long.
We were talking about that before the game.
Misses the first. Need to get off that 7 number. We've been on there for a long time.
7's not been the lucky 7 for us in the first quarter.
Camacho misses second. Plugs are 2 for 6 from the free throw line to start the game. Drew Valentine with a steal, and we're going to have a foul. Number 3, Shayla Barantes. And that's the 5th foul on the Gryphons. Camacho for 3 and banks in a 3.
Camacho for 3.
We said earlier the leading percentage-wise 3-point shooter the Plugs have.
We've had some real breakdowns defensively.
Yes, and it's always been in the same place from different players. Nate Metallic on the miss. Speedway now going to a man-to-man defense. 21-10. 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Fouls on number 11, Ruben Carpenter-Jones.
Foul number 11, Rune Carpenter-Jones, the 6th foul on the Gryphons. Plugs will get the ball back with a chance to score. Cut it to single digits. Camacho for 3, and it's good.
Camacho for 3. Assist
He's
by
got 6
Valentine.
points. Missed field goal by 21, Jameer Jackson at the quarter, and so the end of the first quarter, the score, Sparkplugs 13, International Gryphons 21.
You had mentioned the fact that we scored 83 points against Lebanon and an 83 to 81, not against Lebanon, sorry, Western Boone. But that's really not, on this season, that's not been our style. And those are a couple of big 3-pointers we hit here at the end of this quarter. This game really is not the way we want to play, I don't believe. It'll be hard for us to score 80 points again and beat teams. We got to be a little bit more patient. I know I'm in a huddle right now. Coach Bennett's got to be talking about, guys, we got to cut down the turnover. That's the biggest thing. We've had a couple
Turnovers and easy layups.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those baskets in international score. If this is football, those have been touchdowns. And that's how wide open some of this. And that's unusual. Defensively, we've been pretty solid most of the year.
And kind of our staple defense has been man-to-man, and that's what he's gone back to.
And sometimes that's just a communication or a lack of communication thing. Yep.
We're going to have a foul on 21, Jameer Jackson. That's his second.
Number 21, Jameer Jackson.
Javin Ruffin is going to go to the line as we're now in the 1-on-1.
Wow, to be big.
Javin Ruffin at the line shooting bonus for Speedway.
So the Gryphons have 2 players with 2 fouls. Javier LaBelle, number 5, and 21, Jameer Jackson. Jevin Ruffin gets the first one to roll in. Second of the 1-and-1. He scores that. Ruffin 4 for 4 from the free throw line on the night. Jaden Thomas for 3 from the corner. And that's his 11th point of the night already. Zeke Perez around and out. Drew Valentine with the steal.
Oh, nice drive.
Drew Valentine with the basket.
And that's his 4th point on the night. Nice fake like he was going to pass it.
Nice fake wraparound pass.
Yep.
Very nice play.
Speedway.
Right now, I believe we're in a little bit of what they would call a junk defense.
That's going to be Turtle Bell's 3rd foul.
Foul number 5, Turtle Bell.
Jevin Ruffin will go to the line again.
Against the Warriors of Speedway. Bonus.
13, Devin Klabuski.
13.
6-foot sophomore comes into the lineup. So for the rest of this quarter, probably, we're going to see Turtle Bell, a 6'4" junior, on the bench. Jevin misses his first free throw of the night. 24-17.
I think we're in correct me, I believe we're in a triangle and 2 defense right now. So as you're watching, we're man-to-man guarding 2 of their players, and the other 3 are in a little triangle inside the lane. Triangle defense was played a lot by Digger Phelps when he was head coach at Notre Dame and had a lot of success with it.
Now I believe we're straight man-to-man because the out of bounds on the side.
Good box out.
Thomas with the missed 3-point attempt. Reese Walker on the
Nice
drive.
basket.
Reese Walker for 2.
Left-handed shot. Great shot by Reese Walker. It's 24-19.
Timeout taken by Speedway.
You know, I don't want to say the negative comments I made, but the turnover issue we had, we're 5 points down. This team, we have gutted this out and got ourselves back to the basketball game.
So for the most part, you talked about it before the game. We've done a great job boxing out down here. Their points have not come on second and third chance opportunities. They've come on breakaways. And Jaden Thomas with 2 3-pointers. Elvin Camacho with 2 for the Sparkplugs. Speedway with a little full court man-to-man press. Jameer Jackson brings the ball down, sets up the offense for the Gryphons. Back to Jaden Thomas. And that's going to be a charge on Jaden Thomas, and that's his 2nd foul.
That's a big foul.
Foul number 4, Jaden Thomas.
You mentioned earlier the opportunities that are going to exist for that kind of play, and Jevin Ruffin, nice defensive play that takes the charge. There's no doubt on the call. Camacho with a 3, no good. Jaden Thomas comes down with a rebound. Shot comes up short. Jameer Jackson with the offensive rebound. Three-pointer by Jackson, no good. Jevin Ruffin with a good box out. Plugs come down the floor with the ball. Camacho for three out of the corner, no good. Jacob Zumsky with the ball, just entered the game. Jaden Thomas with the ball. Jackson, Zumsky, misses. It'll be Sparkplug ball. Nate Metallic into the game for Elvin Camacho. .428 left in this first half. Plug still trail 24-19. A chance to cut into that margin. Now looks like a little 2-3 zone by the Gryphons. Three-point shot attempt by Devin Klobusnik, no good, and the Plugs come down with the ball. Devin Valentine on the bank shot, and it's good.
Drew Valentine for two.
Drew Valentine on the shot.
Yeah, I'm glad that Drew banked that in. A lot of players,
and I think it was intentional.
Yeah, it was. A lot of players in that will try to just shoot it over the rim, and the bank shot I think is a lot higher percentage shot from that close in, straight into the basket.
Coach, what we need to take advantage of, Drew Valentine with another layup.
Valentine for two.
His 8 point. But Jaden Thomas is on the bench. Turlebell is on the bench. With 2 fouls.
Fouls on Speedway number 32, Valentine.
Drew Valentine with a foul for the Sparkplugs.
21, Jameer Jackson.
His first foul. Jameer Jackson to the line. Hits the first. Rune Carpenter-Jones back into the lineup for the Gryphons. Jameer Jackson hits both free throws to make it 26-23.
Wow, nice basket.
Nice layup by 21, Jameer Jackson. His 8th point on the night. Reese Walker on the jumper for the Plugs, rolls around and out, and it's going to be Speedway ball. Into the game, Corey Smith, a 6'4" sophomore for International. Speedway had the ball out of bounds, down 5, 28-23, 2:47 to go in this second quarter. Nice pass from Jevin Ruffin to Zeke Perez for the layup.
Zeke Perez for two, Ruffin with the assist.
Another one of the defensive mistakes. Got to defend from the inside out.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time in a row that we've got. And again, I think a lot of it's just lack of communication.
Reese Walker on the jumper.
Number 24, Reese Walker.
His 4th point. Lead is cut to 3 once again. Two-3 zone. Travel. Hop with both feet. Call against Rune Carpenter-Jones. The Sparkplug ball out of bounds. Macho returns to the lineup for Nate Metallic. Nice move by Jevin
Ruffin
Ruffin.
for 2.
That's his 6th point on the night. 30-29. Layup. A short jumper by Jameer Jackson. He's got 6 points this quarter, 10 on the night. Plugs with a 3-point lead, 1 minute, or 3-point deficit, 32-29 with 1 minute left in this first half.
Sure, International's not happy with after they get that 15-0 run, but at the same time, with Jade Thomas on the bench right now, they can't be too disappointed. Still up by 3 with a minute to go. It looks like they may be holding it. I'm not sure, but they can't be totally disappointed. So I think both teams are going to go into the locker room, no matter what happens here, with some good thoughts in mind. That's the fact that we came back, and International from the fact that there's star players on the bench and they've been able to hold the lead. And I like, maybe this is the old school in me, but I like what International's doing right now. We're up 3. What they're hoping is no worse than a 3, maybe up 5, maybe up 6.
Field goal by Jackson at the end of the quarter. His 8th point in the 3rd quarter, 12 on the night. And we will be right back with your halftime statistics.
Speedway High School is proud to have selected therapies as provider of sports medicine services. The Sparkplugs would like to acknowledge and thank Team Dr. Kimbra Zahn, an athletic trainer for Andrew Catlin, for their care of injured athletes and efforts to keep all of our athletes free. First up is Ethan Roberts. Ethan is escorted by his mother and father. Next year, he will be going to Purdue to study mechanical engineering, tech, and playing bass in the Starlighters and Twilight Nights. Ethan Roberts. Next up is Eli Collins. He is escorted by Mom, Anita, and Dad, John. Eli will be taking a gap year and then studying music education at Ball State University. Eli Collins. Next up is Kieran DeBow. She is escorted by Mother Tiffany, Dad Zach, and her siblings. Next year, she plans on continuing her dental assisting classes at Ivy Tech or Ball State University. Carrie-Ann DeBow. Next up is Lindsey Camden. Lindsey is escorted by Sherry, David, Lisa, and Johnny. Lindsey will be attending IUPUI to study biology next year to eventually become a chiropractor. Lindsey Camden. Next, please welcome Lucy Wilson. Lucy is escorted by her parents, John and Sarah. Lucy plans to study math and accounting at Taylor University, Rose-Hulman, or the IU Kelley School of Business. Lucy Wilson. And next up, we have Daniel Saddam. He is escorted by his parents, Terry and Danny. Next year, he will have an apprenticeship in masonry. Daniel Saddam. Nicholas Mcguire is our next senior. Nick is escorted by Mom Sharon, Dad John, and his sister. Next year, Nick will be going to an undetermined college to
study pharmacy to become a pharmacist. Nicholas Mcguire. Our next senior is Mary Davids. Mary is escorted by parents Adelo La and Abi O'Doon. She plans on attending Indiana University or Purdue University to double major in political science and computer science. Mary Davids. Next senior is Maria Negrelli. Maria is escorted by parents Karen and Joseph and her siblings. Maria plans on attending Ball State to study and major in interior design. She hopes to run her own company someday. Maria Negrelli. Our next senior is Aram Ishikbai. He is escorted by parents Circus and Nona and his brother Hike. He will be attending Purdue University to study cybersecurity. Aram Ishikbai. Chris Gomez. Chris is escorted by Mom Maria, Dad Crisanta, and his sister. Chris will be attending Purdue University to study electrical engineering and film production. Chris Gomez. Next up is Creed Jones. Creed is escorted by Mom Cindy and brother Tony. Creed will be going to IU for informatics or computer science. Creed Jones. Next up is Jeffrey Hart. Jeffrey is escorted by Mom, Dad, and brother. He plans on studying pre-med at IUPUI. Next up is Austin Shoemaker. Austin is escorted by Mother Lynette and Father Ray. He plans on attending Ivy Tech to study IT computer science. Austin Shoemaker. Seniors, thank you for your time and effort you put into the band this year, and parents and family members of our seniors, thank you for the time and talents and treasures you provided. Good luck to all our senior band members, and whatever your endeavors are. One more big hand for our senior band members, please.
Back here at Speedway High School, scoring in the first half, leading scorer in the game is Jameer Jackson, a sophomore, number 21 from International Gryphons. Jaden Thomas has 11 for them. Javi Turlebell has 5. He also has 3 fouls. Jacob Zemski has 2. Shaylee Barantes, their second leading scorer on the season, averaging 18 a game, has 2. Corey Smith has 2. For the Sparkplugs, leading scorer the first half, Drew Valentine has 8. Jevin Ruffin with 6. Elvin Camacho with 6. Carson Harrison with 3. Reese Walker with 4. Zeke Perez with 2. So, Coach, 6 different players for the Sparkplugs have scored, but 2 of them, their scores have all been on 3-pointers, Camacho and Carson Harrison, which is 9 of our 29 points. We outscored International 16-13 in the second quarter after them going on a 15-0 run in the first quarter. So the Plugs are back in the game. It would have been nice not to let them score again at the end of the half, but a 5-point lead, they've got to feel pretty good after being down 12.
First of all, this is a fun game. I really enjoy watching this game. Obviously, both teams wish they had done some things better, but I think both teams got to feel pretty good about themselves going in the locker room. We survived a 15-0 run to be only down by 5, and they had their star, Jaden Thomas, on the bench for the last 3 minutes and still have a 5-point lead. It's going to be interesting to see Reese Walker, who's done a great job so far guarding Jaden Thomas. My guess is Jaden's going to come out firing. And
Didn't like sitting those few
probably
minutes
not.
when he picked up his second foul.
And sometimes you let guys like that get rolling, and boy, you're in trouble. So that'll be a big key that we don't let him get on a roll. And
Javi Turlebell has 3 fouls. Jaden Thomas has 2, and Jameer Jackson. So their 3 leading scorers in the game right now have either 2 or 3 fouls. For the Sparkplugs, Carson Harrison has 2, and he's the only plug-in with 2 fouls. Everybody else has 1 or none. So once again, 34-29 as we get ready to start this second half. Plugs will be going from right to left on offense. Be International ball out of bounds. Correction, Speedway ball out of bounds. Once again, 34-29 as we start the second half.
fouls they have. Be interesting to see if they change up anything defensively, maybe a little less pressure or.
Carson Harrison for 3 misses. Zeke Perez with a rebound.
Good
puts
ball.
it back in.
Zeke Perez for 2.
Jameer Jackson is on fire. Second quarter had 12 points the second quarter and starts out with a 3-pointer this quarter.
And that was a tough shot. Nice pass. Good pass, Jevin.
He's counting the basket.
Foul on number 3, Barrington.
Foul is on Michelle Barantes. That's his second foul.
Ruffin with the assist. Basket's good. The Perez at the line for 1.
I should not have mentioned he was our leading free throw shooter at the beginning
Never
of the game.
fails.
Zeke's 0 for 3 in this game. But he's got 2 field goals this quarter, 37-33 International. And I think we got a little break there. I'm not sure that was, he didn't get fouled when he was on the floor. And Barantes scores his 4th point of the game. Man-to-man defense by the Gryphons.
Good pass. Good
Nice
offense.
pass to Javon Ruffin.
Ruffin for 2, Perez with the
And that's
assist.
his 8th point in the game.
That last series is that's total unselfishness on all 5 players' parts.
Lavelle for 2. Steve Perez with the basket.
Perez with his 3rd field goal of the quarter, now has 8 on the game, 41-37. Rebound by Drew Valentine. And he draws the foul.
Foul number 11.
Fouls on number 11, Rune Carpenter-Jones, his 2nd.
Drew Valentine at the line.
So all 5 players, they played pretty much just 5 players, but 4 of them got 2 fouls, and the 5th one has 3 fouls on international. So here's a case where depth may come into play. Drew Valentine hits his first free throw, 9th point on the night. And the 2nd. Drew has 10 points, and the Plugs now trail by 2. Pass off to Reese Walker, and he scores.
Reese Walker for 2, Valentine.
We've got a tie game. I can see on that play a little bit, Jaden Thomas got the shot blocked by Drew Valentine and just trotted all the way back. Never worked to get back in good defensive position.
I think he thought he got fouled and wasn't in any hurry to convert.
The guy right now they need to slow down is the guy with the ball, 21, Jameer Jackson. Jackson on the drive. I believe it's going to be on Drew Valentine. Foul on Valentine.
Number 32, Drew Valentine.
And that'll be his 2nd foul. Ball out of bounds by International. Thomas beats Reese Walker.
Thomas for 2.
And we have a quick timeout taken by the Gryphons.
Once again this year, scholarship.
They lead 43-41.
To provide financial help for students continuing their
4 different players have scored for each team this half.
year, students will be calling tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And I realize I'm being Mr. Obvious here, but Jameer Jackson and Jaden Thomas are the 2 guys we've got to slow down in this 2nd half if we're going to be successful.
It'll be interesting to see if we do anything special. I know, talk to Coach Ben a lot in the hallways. Every once in a while there's a hint of maybe in a particular game trying to do something out of the ordinary, a box or a triangle. And it's always something you want to have in your back pocket when you go into sectional play. Those are the little things that can turn tables when teams aren't expecting
because
them.
teams aren't expecting them,
Exactly.
they don't see them, something different, and you've got the defensive players to take away the 2 best, or a box and 1 and take away the 1 best. Drew Valentine on the dribble. Plugs trail by 2.
Wow, taking a chance
And that's
there.
going to be the 3rd foul. That's his 3rd foul.
That cannot be what International, from the coach's perspective, want to see. A reach-in foul about 30 feet from the basket. Ooh, that's close.
Carson Harrison for three, no good.
Yep.
We're going to have a foul on Zeke Perez.
Zeke Perez on the foul.
And that was just simply a case over the back.
Yep.
So the Gryphons still lead by 2. International 43, Sparkplugs 41.
Substitution for the Bloods, Elvin Camacho.
Elvin Camacho comes into the game for Carson Harrison. Inbounds comes into Michele Barantes. To Javi Turlobel. Now back to Barantes as he drives on Elvin Camacho. Misses. Shortest guy on the floor comes down with a rebound.
Oh, shoot. I think he had a wide open layup, Tom.
And we give an uncontested layup to Jameer Jackson. The lead widens to 4.
You know, I see a lot of players collegiately and pros shooting what I would call a teardrop.
Technical's been called on number 11. Rune Carpenter Jones not getting the ball to the official.
One of the very best players I ever saw shoot that little floating teardrop was Billy Keller when he played for the Pacers, and he was a master of that. That's a tough shot. As I said earlier, I'd rather see guys take a jump shot and from the front of the basket shoot a bank shot like early in the game when Drew Valentine did that.
Valentine hits the first of the technical free throws.
Oh, got a good roll.
A good roll there. Plugs trail by 2 and a chance to tie it up. We'll take a lead.
Nate Metallic checked in for the Plugs.
Has some confusion over at the scorer's table.
If my score is right, Speedway has not held the lead since about 5 minutes in the first quarter. We were ahead 7-5, and it's when International went on that run, and they've held on to the lead ever since then.
.225 left in this third quarter. Plugs trail by 2. Drew Valentine with a jump shot misses. Ball pulled down by Corey Smith. Jaden Thomas now out of the game temporarily. Nice spin move, but he didn't shoot it. Corey Smith with a shot, misses. Zeke Perez comes down with a rebound. Nate Metallic with a good pass to Jevin Ruffin, and he misses the layup. Plugs trail by 2. 2 good opportunities, a wide open jump shot by Drew Valentine, and then a layup by Jevin Ruffin.
Oh.
The Gryphons throw it away, and it's Sparkplug ball. And now the referee's changing his mind. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I thought
I think
it
was
too.
off of us. Like we said in the first half, the Plugs need to. I hate they miss the scoring opportunities when Thomas is not in the game.
Yeah, we've had a
My
few of
guess
those.
they're probably going to try to hold the ball while
Yeah.
slow the game down with him being out of the
Yeah,
game. Holding it for the last shot, probably like they did at halftime. Howie Turtlebell gets his own miss, puts it back in for a 4-point lead. Reese Walker on the drive misses the layup. So the Sparkplugs in the half with 2 missed layups. Could have tied the score, but they trail by 4 after 3 quarters, 47-43.
Speedway outscored the Gryphons 14-13 in that quarter, but boy, you nailed it correctly. We can't get to that lead. Our last lead was 7-5, and a lot of chances to get the game tied up, and we just can't get it there, but got another quarter to go. You know, this being our last home game of the year, our last broadcast too, I want to give a big shout out to three guys across the floor that work at all the home basketball games. They work football games. Mr. Newland, who's been here doing this for 25 years probably, Donnie Watson, and Steve Spear, who all volunteer their time to do this. And that's the cool thing about high school sports is people volunteer to do things, and they're three good ones, and a lot of things couldn't happen without people like that.
Absolutely. Total agree. Good defensive effort by Carson Harrison. The ball will remain with International. They've gone back to their starting lineup, which has played most of the game. Thomas scores his 15th point on the night.
You know, he's tried to do that a couple times. Good scorers, when they don't get the ball on the perimeter, especially when they have a height advantage, will go inside, and he's tried that a couple times, but Reese Walker's done a great job. At that time, he just wasn't quite tall enough to take that shot away. Just kind of watch to see what they do with Jaden Thomas here. If they continue to put him inside or let him float around the perimeter like he did a lot in the first half.
Well, they lead by 6, and at the end of both quarters, they're capable of slowing down the game and holding the ball. Thomas missed.
Reese Walker on the foul.
Come up with an offensive or a defensive rebound, but Reese Walker fouls Jaden Thomas, and that's Walker's second. Will give the Gryphons the ball back. Thomas scores again and has 17.
That's a big basket.
Camacho for three.
That's a big basket.
Camacho
His
for three.
third three on the night for Elvin Camacho.
We need to hang close here.
Plugs lead now, or Plugs deficit now 5. Jaden Thomas on the shot misses. We'll give him those.
Yeah. Nice basket.
Nice reverse layup by Reese Walker. His 8th point. I was hoping Drew would shoot that. We passed up some layups.
We have-
Camacho passed one up
Yes,
earlier.
absolutely.
Need to take advantage when we get in there. And now it's back to a 3-point game. 6:10 remaining in this first half.
Tom Jackson reminds me of C.J. Walker, who played for Tech and plays at Ohio State now.
Nice steal by Nate Metallic, and turned around, made the bad pass. The foul is going to be on Nate Metallic.
Speedway number 40, Nate Metallic.
Plugs trail by 3, but the ball goes back over on the turnover to the Gryphons.
I love coaching from up here, but I think if I was international, I'd somehow get Jackson to get as many posts up as possible at this, because we have a really hard time stopping him inside. Nice cut.
Sparkplugs get beat back door, and Javi Tour-LaBelle scores his 11th point of the night, and the lead goes back to 5. Drew
Nice.
Valentine on the drive, the left-handed layup, and that's his 14th point on the night. Plugs go back down to a 3-point deficit. Thomas for 2 more, goes back to 5. Don't think you can play totally in front of him like
No,
we
you
did
can't.
then, but I don't know that you can play behind him either.
But our perimeter defender has to do a better job on the ball to make sure that that pass inside is as difficult as it can be.
Nate Metallic on the miss. Jacob Zumsky brings the ball down, gets it over to Barantas. And that'll remain international ball. Into the game is Jevin Ruffin replacing Nate Metallic.
For international. Devin Ruffin for Speedway.
Five-point deficit. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Plugs have got to come up with that loose ball,
nice
and
steal.
they do.
Nice
With a
steal.
steal.
Drew Valentine with the basket.
And Drew Valentine scores the layup.
Full
Jaden,
timeout
full
taken.
time taken out by the Gryphons, as I think Jaden Thomas turned his ankle when he tried that shot inside, or it appears he did. Speedway's trainer coming down to check on him. Looks like he has an ankle brace on to begin with. He may have had ankle trouble earlier in the year. So the Plugs trail 55-52, 3:52 remaining in the game. You know, I wonder if we get down closer, if we stay in this deficit. Early in the game, the press kind of bothered International a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if that comes back into play. I hope it doesn't, because I hope we get a lead and don't need to press. But we've certainly got to take care of the ball with 3:52 remaining in the game. Drew Valentine with a great steal and layup.
You know, looking back on our previous games, we've had a lot of opportunities here at the end of games. We've been in a lot of them. The Lutheran game, Western Boone was a great game. Lebanon, we were down 4 at halftime. Cascade lost by a couple.
Talk about press, and the Plugs got it
Called
on.
it. You called that one. And we'll see how they operate here with.
Well, if I'm international, my best player sitting on the bench with a turned ankle, I'm going to be real patient with the ball. And as I say early in the game, they did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, they did.
And I imagine they're going to want the ball in 21's hands a lot.
Wow.
Although, Avi Turlabell gets his 4th point of this quarter. The lead goes back to 5. Valentine with a layup. His 6th point this quarter, 18th point on the night. I think there's potential for a charge, taking a charge on
There is. There's been
on Jackson as well.
That was on Carson Harrison.
Carson Harrison's 3rd foul.
Jameer Jackson is the
Jameer
line.
Jackson will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, this is an international team that if they stay together, improve, next couple of years could present a big challenge to a lot of teams. There are a lot of talent on this team. You know, how many times in the last couple of years have we talked about 4 points doesn't sound like a lot or 5, but what difference it is down by 3 or 4 as opposed to being ahead, and we just can't get over that hump tonight.
No. Valentine,
Valentine for 2.
another layup, and it goes back down to 3. Jackson with his 21st point on the night. We said earlier the leading scorer, Jaden Thomas, 2nd leading scorer for them, Michele Barantas.
We got a foul to give if we have to.
Ruffin with a 3-point shot, no good, and International comes down with the ball.
Oh wow, that's a nice, bad miss on the International part. Good look.
Wynn Carpenter-Jones misses the bunny inside. Drew Valentine takes it all the way, gets a layup, and gets fouled.
That was on number 11, Carpenter-Jones.
Foul is on Carpenter-Jones. Wynn Carpenter-Jones his 4th.
Step into the line to shoot 1 for Speedway.
And Drew Valentine's going to go to the line for the opportunity for the old-fashioned 3-point play. He has 10 points this quarter, 22 for the night. Now 23 on the night as the Plugs cut it to 2, 61-59. Foul will be on Reese Walker, his 3rd.
Fouls on team number 24, Reese Walker.
Jameer Jackson goes to the line for, called on the floor, I'm sorry. Jackson gets the inbounds pass.
Minute 18, we're down 2. We don't have to, we want to play hard defense, but we don't need to take wild chances. They will be shooting their next. I think we might have missed one there.
I believe that man needed a suitcase for that move
Yeah,
they made
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Fouls on Carson Harrison. Jackson at the line shooting 2.
Harrison with his 4th foul. Jackson now 5 for 5 on the night. And now 6 for 6 from the free throw line on the night.
They average 60 points a game, so they're just right above it.
Carson Harrison for 3, no good. Zeke Perez with a rebound. Misses shot inside.
Good hustle.
Reese Walker with a rebound.
Walker with a rebound and basket.
And the basket. Plugs call a timeout. 63-61, 37 seconds left.
You know, that last little offensive rebound kind of epitomizes this team the whole year. A lot of grit, a lot of never quit. 2 or 3 offensive rebounds there on that last play.
You know, looking at the free throws on the night, Javi Turlabell is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He's the only one to miss a free throw tonight. Correction, Jaden Thomas missed the second one. But Thomas is out with a bad ankle. LaBelle has missed 1 free throw. They certainly don't want to foul Jameer Jackson. He's hit 6 in a row. The Plugs have got 37 seconds, so there's time for steal attempts and all that.
We don't have to take the big gamble right away. Obviously, what most teams do in this case is you're going to go for a steal in the backcourt, hard. If you don't get it, you can afford to wait a little bit.
Zeke Perez with the foul. Turlabell will go to the line for the 1-on-1. He is, like we said a moment ago, is 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Scott Adams is calling for a, and I would agree with, if I was in his shoes, I would be begging for the same thing. That was pretty close to an intentional foul. You got to be a little bit careful on how we do that.
Hits the first free throw.
You know, we talk about different styles of free throws. Watch his feet, Tom. He was probably about, now this time he's a little closer. He was about 10 inches behind the line that last time. Maybe not quite 10, but he moves his right foot. A little unusual, but it goes in.
Turlabell hits both free throws.
Plenty of time.
Timeout taken, international. After the game, please be courteous and help pick up any trash in your area and place in the receptacles located throughout the gymnasium. We appreciate your assistance.
Quick check here. I think the Plugs have missed 6 free throws tonight.
Wow.
The Gryphons have missed 2 on the night. 2 big ones there by Javi Turlabell. 34.9 seconds to go. Plugs trail by 4.
Not exactly sure which sectional they're in. Looking from past, I know University's got a good team.
I think University's gone up to 2A though this year.
So I don't know. I should have looked to see who they're in, but this is a nice team.
I know Metropolitan is in their sectional.
Okay. This is a nice team. They a lot of young players. I mean, of course, that
no seniors on
No.
the team. But the Plugs have got to get a quick score and a steal.
it doesn't have to be a 3.
No. Nope.
Matter of fact, I would guess it, unless we get a wide open 3, my guess is it will not be a 3. Nice
Valentine on the field goal.
Valentine for 2.
19 seconds left. Plugs trail by 2.
That was good patience. I mean,
Still in the 1-and-1.
30-second timeout taken by Speedway.
we could have got
So
a
you
little.
try to get a steal on the inbounds. If you don't get it, you got to foul quickly.
I think in the last couple of times they've gotten the ball inbounds rather easily. They got the ball down the court rather easily. But you're right. I've seen plays before in situations like this where the defensive team, who is us, actually takes a charge as everybody's going to the ball. It'd be interesting to see if that opportunity presents itself.
The guy that has the ball.
Whoa, look at that. Get in there, Jevin.
Jevin Ruffin ties it up with 3.5 seconds to go. That was a great hustle play by Drew Valentine.
Timeout taken by International.
Drew Valentine and the rest of Sparkplugs look like they don't want to lose this last home game of the year. This has been a fun game to watch.
Drew Valentine's got 13 points this quarter, 25 for the game. Nice strong layup there by Jevin Ruffin.
Well, we got 3.5. What we want to do here, and
I think our task here is to play behind them and make them catch the ball going toward the ball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think everybody on the coaching staff would agree with that.
Exception may be you might try to stay in front of 21 as long as you don't foul him.
Wonder if this won't be a tip play here. I've seen these plays.
Sparkplugs take another timeout.
I've seen these plays before too, where, and this is the old Bryce Drew play from years ago against Mississippi in NCAA, where you throw the ball in the middle of the court. He's not going to catch it, but he's going to tip it to either side, and you get a really nice three-pointer at the buzzer.
Northwestern earlier this year.
I'm a Purdue fan, and my knuckles were white. That was a tremendous play. For those people who didn't see it, it was the same time. It was 3.5 seconds.
And you don't see that very often. Jumping out of bounds. I mean, you see it, but it's been a while since I've seen that.
Across the court, the inbounder stepped in and took off. And he was wide open, as you just said. He was running toward his basket, and all you could do was hope that he didn't hit that shot. And that was with 3.5 seconds to go as well. Their setup, they were in a little different setup before. Coach, we got another overtime game. February 13th. On a Thursday night, we played Western Boone here and won in an overtime game. We lost in an overtime game at Cascade, 56-54. So this is third overtime game of the year. A little bit unusual, but again, that shows the progress that this team has made. We have to nickname our team the Cardiac Kids. Not very original, but
Sparkplugs outscored them 22-18 the last quarter. So we'll play an additional 4 minutes here. Perez jumping against Barantes, and Perez comes up with the tip. Although he's 3 inches shorter, the Plugs will start the overtime with the ball. Perez with a bad pass and a layup at the other end by Jameer Jackson. His 25th point on the night. He and Drew Valentine both with 25. Reese Walker's shot is blocked by Jameer Jackson. Talked all year long about the no quit in the Sparkplugs, and that was once again evident tonight. Hopefully they can turn this around. Jameer Jackson has really impressed me tonight.
One of the better players I think we've played against this year. For 5'10".
Reese Walker's going to pick up his 4th foul.
I'm going to bring back another name from way past, who he reminds me of. Played in Marion County. He was a 5'11" player for Cathedral named Noble Duke. He was left-handed, and he was a tremendous high school player.
And that's his first miss on the night. Devin Ruffin is going to go to the line. Foul is on Javi Turlabel, his 4th.
Devin Ruffin at the line.
Ruffin hits the first. And Ruffin fouls Jameer Jackson. He's going to go to the line with a double bonus.
You know, once again, we had a lead at 7-5. We were tied at 7-7. We have not had a lead. We've got some chances.
Carson Harrison returns for
Jackson
Speedway.
hits this one. The 2-point deficit, 2:31 to go in overtime. Now a 3-point deficit. Jackson's got 27. Reese Walker for 3 misses. Foul number 20, Elvin Camacho. Shel Barantes goes to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Second leading scorer, we said earlier, averaging 18 points a game, and their leading rebounder, averaging 8 a game. They have been phenomenal from the free throw line.
How many times have we talked about how important? This is something that any player can improve on in the summer, right here.
So the Plugs now trail by 5, 1:56 to go.
I have no idea how he got
Drew Valentine scores. Plugs trail by 3, 1:29 to go. Nice hustle play by Carson Harrison. Macho just couldn't pull the trigger, couldn't get a handle on the ball. Carson Harrison for 3, and he hits it. Plugs have got it tied up.
We don't want to foul.
Timeout taken by the Gryphons. Tie score at 71.
Full timeout taken by International.
A little better than being down 5 than we were 20 seconds ago.
And as you've said many times, all this for $5 to see. This is
So you're Coach Bennett. Tie score. They got the ball.
defensively, I'm just going to kind of continue to do what I'm doing. I would be shocked if they took anything other than a wide open layup. They might. But I would be
Talked all along, it'd be great to draw a charge.
Yes.
Somewhere.
My guess would be the International is going to spread us out. I mean, they've done it three or 4 times tonight.
My guess would be they're going to get the ball in the hands of number 21, and he's going to keep it as long as he can.
Now,
I'm not sure I wouldn't move Drew Valentine to him. Reese Walker's got 4 fouls.
Yeah.
Drew Valentine's got 2, but they're going to stick with who's been guarding him.
At the same time, 40 seconds is a long time to hold it as well. We all know that.
Yeah. But we got to be aggressive too. We
Yeah.
can't let them. Don't want to foul though. We called it.
I call it.
The charge.
Foul on number 3, Orentis.
Speedway will have the ball out of bounds. Coach
he
Bennett
did.
calls a timeout.
Absolutely. You called it.
Full timeout taken by Speedway.
That was a good job by Carson Harrison. Did his ground. Orontis charged. It was a correct call.
A little surprised that they made the move to the basket, but
I am too. You know, in that situation, I'm sure you did something similar, the same thing of red, yellow, and green. At that point in time, only one you're taking is a wide open layup, and that certainly wasn't a wide open layup. So 16 and a half seconds to go. Sparkplugs are on the 1-on-1.
I think this is the first time we've had a chance to take the lead on a possession, I believe. We had a chance to tie it up a couple times.
Carson Harrison will inbound the ball. Comes into Drew Valentine.
How to shoot it.
Drew Valentine misses the jumper, and we're going to go to second overtime. Second overtime, tied at 71. And this time, International comes up with the jump ball at the start of overtime. We've got a foul on International. It's on number 10, Jacob Zemski. His first.
That was a little bit of a wild shot. Not much of a chance for that to go in.
Carson Harrison is going to go to the line. Javin Ruffin with a great effort comes up with the offensive rebound. Score still tied. Drew Valentine for three, and he hits it. Speedway's got their first lead they've had since it was 7-5. And that is Valentine's 30th point on the night.
Wow.
Timeout now taken. We'll see 21 come back into the game would be my guess for the Gryphons. I think Coach took him out. He wasn't very happy with that shot. And I don't think Jameer liked being taken out.
You're exactly right, and I think it's a good move on the coach's part.
Yes.
It's a teaching moment.
2:20 left in this second overtime. Score Speedway 74, International 71. Jameer Jackson back into the lineup. Body language on Jameer Jackson is not very good right now. One of two things going to happen. He's either going to get aggravated and on fire, or he's going to back out of the situation.
There again, two young stars as they got. Sometimes immaturity can be a detriment, especially at this point in the season.
We've got another charge, and that's 5 on LaBelle. We've talked about those potential charges all night long, Coach, and it's come to fruition here in the overtime and in second overtime.
I was a little worried about that one. I thought maybe we had turned just a little bit and didn't hit square, but I always thought that anytime somebody went into the lane and they were out of control, it should be a charge no matter what. But
Coach Bennett calling out fist. The offense are going to run down here. Drew Valentine brings the ball up the floor. Plugs lead by 3.
we're going to have to hit some free throws here too.
Nice pass from Jevon Russman to Zeke Perez. And that's Perez's 10th point on the night.
Wow.
Jameer Jackson for 2 for his 29th point of the game. We're going to have a foul on number 3. Shayla Barantes. Plugs now in double bonus, and Drew Valentine will go to the line.
Camacho back into the game. Valentine at the line.
71% free throw shooter. Probably shouldn't have said that.
3-point lead. Valentine, his first miss on the night. He had hit 5 in a row up to that point. He hits that one. 31st point.
Wow.
The big 3 from Michelle Barantes. That's his 9th point. And we've got a 1-point game with 1 minute to go in second overtime. We've got a foul on Jacob Zumsky, his second. Carson Harrison will go to the line.
Harrison at the line.
Carson Harrison, a 70% shooter, misses the first of a double bonus.
See if he adjusts on this one. That was well short. Good one.
Hits the second one. Plugs lead by 2.
No idea what their statistics are, but my guess
Rune
would be,
Carpenter-Jones now has 5 fouls.
my guess would be that was not probably a shot that they really wanted. But that's easy to say when you're.
Barantes, their second leading scorer, 18 points a game. He's got 9 so far this game. Now into the game, Ben Mackey. Plugs now with a 3-point lead on the free throw by Drew Valentine. It's his second for his 33rd point of the night. Jackson short on the jump shot.
Johnski with the foul. Drew Valentine at the line.
Valentine hits his 4th free throw in a row. Jaden Thomas back in for the Gryphons.
Name of the game here, rebound.
82-76, 6-point lead. A drive all the way by Jameer Jackson. He misses. Now they're going to foul Valentine again. I said a minute ago, it go one of two ways with Jackson.
Yep.
When he was over there and the coach, you're exactly right, the coach did what he should have done. But he's turned around and all he's done is hang his head since then. Valentine's going to go back at the line. Double bonus. Sixth straight free throw in this second overtime. Missing the first one, hit 6 in a row now. Now they're going to take Thomas back out. I think they can see 7-point deficit, not worth risking his ankle for. (84-76). I think the key for the Plugs, they need to score in the 80s.
Yeah. Good win.
A good victory for the Sparkplugs, 84-76, the final, as they beat the International Gryphons.
Good way to send the seniors off.
We'll be right back with the scoring from tonight's game and interview Coach Charles Bennett.